All right, welcome back to the Retro Bowl Alliance League. This is the Marching Ents, and we are with heavy heart taking a look here at the Hall of Fame statistics of Tombom Badil. I've got Micro Ents here with me as we celebrate this great wide receiver who has just retired. Where are we right now, Micro?
At the beach.
We're at the beach in North Carolina. So that's the only thing making me feel better as we are about to say goodbye to Tom Bombadil as a player forever. But he has said he would come on as a staff member with us. So that's a good thing, I think. Really excited about that. So here's our Hall of Fame. It's fairly extensive. We can look at that another time. We are getting ready I just wanted to make sure that Tom Bombadil was showing in the Hall of Fame there so we don't lose him. Had a great season here. Just for my own peace of mind. That's not what just for my own remembrance for later. A little bit bummed that in Tom Bombadil's final season we didn't get a Premier League championship. As you can see there, our playoff game with only a 41. Had that been in the 50s, I think a 52, which is a tall ask. I wasn't even within one score.
I
But
would have been there.
if you'd have been here, Micro, we probably would have won. But we had the scores in the championship and the Retro Bowl final that we would have won had we gotten out of that first round of the playoffs. So a little bit salty that way, but all the same, the game, the Retro Bowl final, 8 touchdowns for Tom Bombadil. Couldn't have gone better for the guy. Really happy how it all ended for him. So here's our final roster. As we ended the season, you can see we're going to take a look here. Faramir, he's not going to increase. He's going to be a contract year. Tom Bombadil, like I said, he is retiring. So we'll see where that goes. Oakenshield is going to be re-signed, of course, very obviously. Tate, a new guy for us, so he's still got 3 years. Quick Beam, well, 2 years after this, of course. Quick Beam, he will not be in it. Skinbark, though, will be. Ooh, man, he might want more than that 19 million. And Pippin Took will not want more than that 24. I actually expect that to stay the same or come down, like these guys. See, he's at 24. I have a feeling there's a chance he comes down like Elf Legolas came down and like Hobbit Mary. So we're going to have quite a bit of room in the draft. I mean, in our, what we have remaining in our salary cap after this. But here, Drew Scott, man, he's got a lot of developing to do, and he's not full speed and not full stamina. So I'm actually, number one for me, find a wide receiver in this draft or in the free agency. That is my number one. So I'm afraid to do it. You know what I didn't do? Let's see. Are these guys 2-year contract, 2-year contract? Okay. So we are okay on the coordinators, free agents. Look at the wide receiver. Terrible. I'm hoping that changes. Okay. Here we go. Moving on to see what season number 15 is going to look like. Of course, we're going to reject all and begin our new season. There it is. Marching Ents wide receiver Tom Bombadil has retired at age 36. Right off into the sunset, man. You've earned this retirement. The most selfless wide receiver in all of the RBA right there. Tom Bomb, well done, sir. Thanks for all you done for this team. Grab a little snapshot of that real quick. And away we go. Fangray base has grown this season, but they have higher expectations. We've never lost a game. Team morale has gone down. How is that possible? Ooh, we're up against a Loof Balloon in the first game of the season. How about that? All right, front office, free agency. Wow, look at our cap. We have all the cap in the world. Oh, boy. Look at Knapp. J.K. Knapp. That makes me feel better that we at least have a free agent there that That has really good potential. That makes me feel good. Okay, but let's see what we can do in the draft. That's the direction we're going to look to start with. Oh my goodness, we've got really good free agents waiting for us. Really good. Okay. Does it let me look at my roster? That's the only people coming back for sure. So we've got a bunch of players to sign here. Here we go. Let's do it. Let's get into this. Let's stop. What am I doing here? Stalling, aren't I? All right. We have players that need to be re-signed. Number 1, Gondor, and... All right, so he wants the same amount. So we're going to sign him. Yes. Sign Faramir. And very obviously, Oakenshield only asking for 11 million. He deserves more than that. Yes, we will re-sign the greatest wide receiver in the history of the RBA, Oakenshield, at only 11 million. Wow. Skinbark, I believe he has gone up a little bit, but we have room for him. He has been fantastic. I'm interested. I'm very curious where these guys are going to be on their re-signing. 18, so he's come down. Pippin has come down. I think he was at 22. So we will sign him for another stint here. He's getting close to retirement. Legolas down to 11 million.
Are we going to put all of them there?
We are. We're going to put all of them back in. We're re-signing the veterans. And Hobbit Mary. Might have them for 2 more years as well. We'll see how all this goes. Their stamina is starting to wane, but look at them. They're just fantastic. We will re-sign all of them. And we've still got 28 million left. And that's with Scott here, who, if we need to cut a guy, he'd be a guy we would consider cutting, because we need a replacement for Tombom. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. All right. Time for the draft. Do you think we're going to get a wide receiver? Do you hope we do? Me too. All right, let's take a look. Here we go. No, not a single wide. Come on. Really? Not a single wide receiver on the first page. We got a good quarterback here. No, he's not even good. All right, so the first available wide receiver, Gabbert. A guy who he does have full speed potential. That's important. It's a... Ugh. All right, where do we have a potential need? So we can look at great linebackers between Beam and Bark. We probably want a good defensive back since these guys are getting old. Let's see what those defensive backs looked like that were here, because there was a D lineman. No, linebacker, defensive back, and defensive back. Pretty good. That guy, Darian Corbett. I'm thinking about Darian Corbett and let him develop over the next couple of years.
But are we going to rename him?
We will have, if he does well, he has to earn a new name. Did you know that? I don't know if I ever told you that. It's a great question. It's a great question. Look at these guys. Larson, not good enough to consider. Not good enough to consider. Decent. Great. Okay. So I think Darian Corbett is the guy that we'll consider. I wish I could look at the... I wish I could look for defensive backs. That seems heavy. Seems heavy. So do I need to take this? I only get one pick. Do I need to take this wide receiver? Lance Gabbert, in case he's not there? Or do we just stick with, we know we've got a good free agent and we can get the free agent? I think that's what we stick with.
No, what you want that person that is...
Gabbert? Corbett? You think we should go for him? Okay. I'm with you. And then we'll wait to release. We'll trade Scott if we need to. Alright, I like your thinking, Micro. Alright, we're going to take this guy and let him develop. He's going to be our next long-term defensive back, I think. And then... Look, Gabbert's still there. It's Burns. Whoa. Doesn't have this stamina potential. And Kilburn also does not have the stamina. So Gabbert, ooh, also not great stamina. I thought his stamina was higher than that. Oh man. Nothing great. Do we just go with our... Thanks for the apple, Micro. Ooh, that's yummy. Tastes like a vacation beach apple. Mm-hmm. Alright. Are we going for Kilburn, Burns, or Gabbert? Gabbert's stamina is up to the B. Let's look at the other guys. I think they're all about the same. His is to the B. His is past the B. But his catching's not very good.
He always changes catching.
Not really, see? If it doesn't have space there for it, see how there's more yellow you can get in those? But see, his catching's all the way full. So we can't. Gabbert's catching's not much better. Oh. Kilburn almost looks better. Gabbert's 3.5 stars. I think we have to go for the free agent.
We have to go for the one that I said.
At the beginning, the free agent?
Yes.
I think you're right. What if we... Should we just get a kicker for fun? Joyner. Joyner might be the guy. He's not very accurate, but he's got a pretty strong kick. Was there another one we missed? Nope. Here's some more kickers. Whoa! He's got full kick and full accuracy possibility. He'll never get up there. Should we get him? I wonder if stamina plays a part for these kickers. You know what I mean? So in that case, I'm going with Joyner. All right, we'll come back to that. So I wish I could look at my free agents while I'm doing this so I could see what... Thank you. So I could see what the wide receiver looked like. He was way better than all of these, right? And he was like 13 million. Am I remembering that right? 18, maybe it was 18 million. But we have that kind of space. We do. I'm just not sure that I can take anybody. Do we take a tight end? There's no good tight ends here either. Gosh. Nothing. Mabane. That's funny. I might take him just because it's Mabane. Should I do it? Because it's Mabane. It's not the same Mabane, but we can pretend it is. He doesn't look like the other Mabane. He looks like an Irish Mabane. Maybe we'll rename him Irish Mabane. How's that sound?
Uh-huh.
All right, we're going to take him. We're going to get a D lineman, and we're going to rename him Irish Mabane. That's hilarious.
So we gotta see what he does, though.
All right, you're right, before we rename him. All right, round 3. We have room for a kicker. Joyner. I'm not going to take a kicker because we need to get that wide receiver. And we only have room for one more player. And we're going to keep Scott as a backup because last season Tom Bombadil had an injury for the first time in quite a while. It was nice to have a backup quarterback. In fact, that was the game that Oakenshield scored his 1,000th touchdown.
Oh,
yeah. Okay, so we're gonna be done. Yep, we're done. We'll take a coaching credit. Draft is over. Season can begin. And we will quickly go to the front office, look at the free agents, We have 11 million left. It requires 8. Oh my goodness, did I forget to do math again? Did I just do it? He requires 18 million. We have 11. And I think it's only 6 million for Scott. Oh no. Oops. It's a good roster. Scott is only 6 million. We're 1 million short. Now what do I do? Do I have to cut my Bane already? I have to. I don't know what else to do. We only have 11. He's worth 8. He would get me there. I could get rid of our defensive back.
Who's that?
Should I do that? Maybe I should do that.
Who is it?
Maybe I should do that, since we already have all the other defensive backs, even though they're old. And we do need to start developing a guy. Let's see, because like these defensive backs, look at that. Because the free agent defensive backs are just studs. How old is Knapp? He's only 24. He's a steal. We need that guy. We need him. He's going to be the next... I don't know that he's going to be the next Oakenshield. I didn't mean to say that. He's definitely going to be the next Tombom right there. All right, we got to get him. And he needs 18 million, which means we need another 7 million, which means in our roster we got to make up 7 million here. And that's going to come in the place of Darian Corbett. We're trading him. People are going to be mad about it, but we're going to do it. Then we're going to go get Knapp.
And then
Boom.
And then I'm going to do something that I don't know what I'm going to do.
That's about how I sound right now, isn't it?
Oh, I know what I'll do.
All right, so we got Knapp, and
I'm going to do what's really
ooh, let's make him a little happier. We got him to a smile, not squinty-eyed smile yet. And then we need to get, man, Mabane. He is, remember we were going to rename him? He's going to stay this name no matter what. Irish Mabane.
What, just show up Irish?
Yeah, well, it'll show up Mabane. I'm a Bane, but I like that. Irish Mabane. Oh, Royals is going to love that. I know, but we didn't change his last name, so he kept his last name. So even though he didn't earn a new name, it's not a Lord of the Rings name. It's just we changed him to Irish Mabane because he kind of looks Irish. Okay, so there you go. I'm pretty sure that's it. That's your team. That's what we're looking at for season 15. Got a great wide receiver coming in to take the place of the Hall of Fame, Tom Bombadil. Never to be duplicated, never to be replaced. But these shoes are going to be attempted to be stepped into by our new guy, whose name is currently J.K. Knapp. Someday to be something different than that. So, is that it? Is that it from here? Are we done? Micro? I think we're done.
I'm pretty sure
Is it time to go get some dinner
we
somewhere?
have to play the game.
We probably do. But first, we're going to stop this recording because this is just a draft recording, okay? So, I think that's our team. All right, I'm going to keep on marching.
And I'm going to keep on marching.
Until then, peace.